PA24 News.
Other news. For this month, February, in Mexico, there's a warning of a sudden change in climate. With a strong heat. In most of the territory, there will be high temperatures this Thursday, February 8 and Friday, February 9. That's what the SDIRCP predicted. It was informed that temperatures from 28 to 30 degrees Celsius are expected. Cold is forecast in the midnight. It also warned by activating the orange alert because of low temperatures from 1 to 3 degrees Celsius in parts such as Milpa Alta or Xochimilco. The most affected states by the heat will be Nayarit, Jalisco, Colima, Guerrero, Morelos, Puebla, Michoacán, Oaxaca, Chiapas, and Quintana Roo. Heat will arrive to the center of the country and the effects of the cold will be inhibited. So there are going to be notable changes in temperature. We must be careful because we can catch a flu, dehydration, or sunburn. Let's continue with the states and its temperature this Friday, February 9th. For Acapulco, there will be weather that will range 21 degrees Celsius to 28. Aguascalientes, 21 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. Cancun, 17 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius. Cabo San Lucas, 17 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius. Cabo San Lucas, 17 to 21 degrees Celsius. Chichen Itza will have a temperature from 19 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. Ciudad Victoria, 15 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. Mexico City, a temperature of 12 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius. Cozumel will have a temperature of 15 degrees Celsius to 28. Cuernavaca, 10 degrees to 28 degrees Celsius. Culiacán, 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. Guadalajara, 10 to 28 degrees Celsius. Guanajuato, 9 to 24 degrees. Continuing with Hermosillo, 11 to 19 degrees Celsius. Then Ixtapa, 13 to 29 degrees Celsius. Isla Mujeres, 22 to 26 degrees Celsius. La Paz, 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Los Mochis, 14 to 21 degrees Celsius. Mazatlan, 18 to 23 degrees Celsius. Mérida, 20 to 23 degrees Celsius. Mexicali, 9 to 17 degrees Celsius. Michoacán, 18 to 29 degrees Celsius. Monterrey, 11 to 27 degrees Celsius. Morelia will reach a temperature that will go from 6 degrees to 26 degrees Celsius. Nayarit, with a strong heat going from 13 degrees Celsius to 33. Next is Nuevo Vallarta, 13 to 29 degrees. Puebla, 11 to 24 degrees. Puerto Vallarta, 12 to 29 degrees. Querétaro, with a temperature of 15 to 31 degrees Celsius. Riviera Maya, 22 degrees to 27 degrees Celsius. Tijuana, with low temperatures from 10 degrees to 14 degrees Celsius. In fact, the last few days classes have been online for the strong floods that have been occurred. Tulum, 23 to 26 degrees Celsius. Veracruz, 19 to 26 degrees Celsius. Villahermosa, Tamaulipas, 17 to 28 degrees Celsius. And lastly, Zacatecas, 9 to 21 degrees Celsius. That's all the information we have so far. We continue with PA24 News. Stay here.
Hi guys, I'm Paola.
I'm Maria.
Welcome to PA24 News.
We're in the cooking sections where we're going to cook cupcakes so you can make them with your family.
First step is wash your hands.
And be careful with your hair so it doesn't fall into the food.
Ingredients: sugar,
Milk,
flour,
butter,
vanilla,
salt,
baking powder,
an egg and a mixer.
and decoration.
First, we need to mix the flour,
Sugar,
the baking powder,
salt,
but also the butter. You can melt it for 20 seconds in the microwave.
Mix. Mix until you have a sandy consistency. Add the milk. Continue mixing. Add the egg. Now mix the egg with your consistency. And the final touch is the vanilla. Mix, mix, mix! We are going to show you our new oven.
We're going to cook our cupcakes here. It is so fetch!
Add the mixture. I'm so excited! Now wait 20 minutes.
Okay, it's time!
You can decorate it as you want, but we're going to add Nutella. Final result. Delicious!
We can't wait to eat them.
Let's go to the next section.
Fabrizio. Now coming to sports, we have the best news. Kylian Mbappé plans to join Real Madrid this next transfer market. As we can see, Kylian Mbappé plans to join the Merengues once his contract with Paris Saint-Germain is over. After 6 years of planning to join Real Madrid, he will finally come during June and July to join finally the Merengues, said Le Parisien. For the next news we have today is the blue card, that it's planning to come as a new card that only exists the red and yellow. This card will do is that it will suspend players for 10 minutes in the game. That's all we know for tonight. Thank you.
I'm Fernanda Castillo, and now we are going with the national news. In Mexico City, the most anticipated bullfights were enabled last weekend in the Plaza de Toros, Mexico, as determined by a judge from Mexico City, after accepting the complaint from bullfighting businessmen against the suspension of an injunction to avoid the celebration of the so-called Brava Festival. But on Thursday, a federal court ruling reactivated the suspension of bullfighting in the Benito Juárez mayor's office in the Mexican capital, at the request of the organization Todos y Todas por Amor a los Toros. In other news, a new drought threatens Mexican drinking water supply. At least 5 entities in the Republic, such as Mexico City, State of Mexico, Hidalgo, Morelos, and Puebla, are suffering from a severe drought. According to the National Water Commission, the lack of rain drains the country's reservoirs. The government of Mexico City announced the supply of water in batches in 10 municipalities for the first 2 months of the year, and launched the Water in Your Neighborhood. That is a platform that residents can check when and at what time the supply is enabled. Well, now in Holbox, Quintana Roo, rains and wind caused severe flooding. The tourist island of Quintana Roo has been affected by cold front number 32, which has caused numerous material damages. So far, there are not fatalities or injuries. Going to international news, on the afternoon of last Tuesday, February 6th, the unfortunate death of the former president of Chile, Sebastián Piñera, was announced after the helicopter in which he was traveling crashed in the town of Lago Ranco in the Los Ríos region, Chile. Some local media mentioned that after the collapse, Piñera drowned at the scene, after not removing his seatbelt. Likewise, 3 other people who were traveling with him survived the fall, as they managed to swim to the shore of the lake. Unfortunate news for the people of Chile. Now we go to the Asia continent, where in South Korea a company is willing to pay millions of dollars to help solve the country's low birth rate. Boyeong Group, a Seoul-based construction company, plans to pay its employees 100 million Korean won every time they have a baby. It will also to pay a total of 7 million Korean won in cash to 70 employees who have had babies since 2021, added the company. The benefit is available to men and women. South Korea has the lowest fertility rate in the world, and the statistics is expected to continue falling in 2025. In England, a 3-mile row of all children's clothing was scattered along the beach in Bournemouth in a protest against the war in Gaza. Activists from the group, led by donkeys, say they were putting up more than 11,000 sets of clothing to represent children killed on both sides of the conflict since October 7. These were all the most relevant news from Mexico and the world.
Hello, my name is Natalia Yaka, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of art and culture. Have you ever asked how this was one created? Visual arts recount stories of our past, to look back and understand our civilization. It is the way to know ourselves better. First of all, we need to start with prehistory. At that time, they also designed with very basic materials, vegetable or cave art, engraved reliefs or painting on rocks, walls, and selling of caves. The classic art. This art is produced by the Greek and the Roman civilization, and it is a formal way to explain the art. Medieval art. This is influenced by politics, religion, and society. Medieval art sought to teach and inspire through the religious and biblical themes. Art of modern age. There is no general trend, thematic, technical that unifies the different types. In fact, it tends to be more creative and spiritual, like this. Contemporary art. These are responding to the cultural consequence of the moment, to its society, and to join their needs. Is the spirit of the moment. Digital art is form of the artistic expression that use digital technology to create work of art. I hope you like a lot the topics we talked about today. See you in the next news with News Pa 24.